drawing them sometimes forces our brains to just shut down, right? We just like rely on the drawing as opposed to thinking about it. Basically, this is saying that anyone who believes that they can't have an effect on the future, right, will give up. Are we cool with that? That's what the premise says. You'll feel too helpless to change society for the better. Well, you'll feel too helpless. It doesn't say you'll give up, I guess, but you'll feel really helpless. And then it says, thus, anyone who wants to improve society should reject this belief. Well, to me, this feels like this argument is assuming that if you hold on to this belief, what's going to happen?
You feel powerless?
Yeah, you're going to feel powerless. So that's why it's saying, like, anyone who believes that they're not going to help change society is going to feel powerless. So if you want to change society, you better not end up feeling powerless, right? So you better not hold this belief. Well, this argument never said anything about this belief, so they must be assuming that this belief will lead to you feeling powerless. And how do you feel powerless? You feel powerless when you believe that an individual cannot have an effect on society's future. So the connection seems to be, or the assumption seems to be, that this belief in the conclusion leads to you believing that you won't have effect on society. And that would lead to you feeling powerless. So if you want to change society, then don't take on this belief. Angela, you okay with this? Who's asking about this one? Yeah, Rich? So what's your issue? Are you okay with that discussion?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah. I just like B. I don't know. I
B.
read B and just like conceptually it sounded like the right answer. So
B did?
B, yeah.
Yeah.
Just moved on.
No one who rejects the belief that society's future will be determined by vast historical forces should believe that individuals cannot have an effect on it. Wait a sec. I feel like this is backwards. The reason I got rid of this one quickly was it said, no one who rejects this belief, blah, 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 should believe. And I was like, well, you shouldn't, but will you? That's totally different, right? Because the first premise was anyone believing that no one can have an effect will feel powerless. So the issue is whether or not you will believe it, not whether you should believe it. Whereas D says no one who wants to improve society should accept any belief that makes him feel too helpless. That goes right into the conclusion, because the conclusion says anyone who wants to improve society should reject these beliefs. And if you say D, then that would say, yeah, you should reject, in other words, you should not accept any belief that might make you feel helpless.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense now.
Okay. Any other questions on this one?